It's 2:17 in the morning. Do you know where your children are? Zach Cregger does. Let's get into this review for Weapons. Let's go. Welcome to Cinefanatics. My name is Robert Adams, and today I've got a spoiler-free review for Zach Cregger's Weapons. This is his second horror movie to come out since 2022's Barbarian, and that was a stacked year of horror, so you can tell why there's so many people anxious to see this movie this year. Again, this is going to be spoiler-free. I promise I'm not going to spoil anything, but once again, in like a lot of these kinds of movies, there's a lot of stuff I wish I could talk about. If all you've seen is the trailer, keep it at that. If, for the most part, all you should know about this is that kids disappear at 2:17 in the night. They all come from one special classroom at a school. That's it. That's all you need to know. If you don't know anything more than that, you're good to go. And that's kind of what makes this movie really good, is the fact that that's all you know. Yes, the trailers show a whole bunch of other weirdness that's going on, and there is a whole bunch of other weirdness going on, but it doesn't give you the layers as to how all of this is coming together. All you know is that these kids disappear, and that's it, and that makes this a really intriguing movie. I said in the Out of the Theater reaction that this movie kind of really cements Zach Cregger as a expert at writing horror and directing horror. Between this and Barbarian, I think he's got a great horror future in front of him. If you don't know, Zach Cregger comes from The Whitest Kids You Know, which was kind of like a sketch comedy, kind of like a Key and Peele type of sketch comedy show. And it's kind of funny, again, seeing another person who got their start in comedy, like, say, Jordan Peele, and pivoting to horror and doing it so expertly. Like, I want to see Mel Brooks do another horror movie. I know he's working on Spaceballs too, but I mean, like, give us like a horror movie. All you comedy directors, writers, do horror. Apparently that's where you're going to get a lot of good results out of that. So please feel free. Otherwise, again, this movie is just very well made. It is, because it is coming from Zach Cregger. Again, there's a lot of the same kind of spirit and feeling that you had going into Barbarian. You got a lot of that in this, in that there's a lot of mystery as to what's actually going on. In Barbarian, if that movie was even better, because you really shouldn't know anything about that. That was, I think that most people only knew that like two people are sharing the same Airbnb. And if you've seen Barbarian like 3 years ago, you know that that's not the only thing about that movie. Same thing to be kind of said about Weapons. It doesn't go the same exact route. It's not the same thing, but it is like in the same vibe, the same spirit. It evokes the same kind of emotions as like Whiplash and what? What are we doing? So that makes this movie very well made, very well done. And especially like me, someone who, again, as I've talked about before, I have ADHD, I can have focusing issues. To be honest, last night I only got like a couple hours of sleep, and yet I was still on the edge of my seat in a dark theater watching every second of this movie, and I was entranced by it. So if that tells you anything, it's a good movie, y'all. You're gonna like watching this. The comedy in this movie, again, it does come from someone who has a background in comedy, so it has some light comedy, but it leans more into the absurd, which is in horror, unless you were flat out doing a horror comedy like Shaun of the Dead, getting like absurd like bits of comedy in something that's just wildly outrageous going on is always fun. And I like it because it gives you a good break between all the drama, the tension, and everything. You got something really funny and lighthearted to kind of help break that up, and I feel like it's expertly done in this movie. And then along with the music invokes a lot in this. Yes, there is the very, very stereotypical trope in horror movies that you've got like slow, creepy music, and the music just up and stops. Expect a jump scare. Yes, those kind of things happen in this movie, pretty much in any horror movie for the most part. So it's not so much of a spoiler music-wise, as much as it's just me pointing out something that you probably already know. Let me tell you what you don't know, though, is the camera work is amazing in this. This is the type of movie From a technical aspect of how it's made, this is a movie that you would probably expect to see studied like in film class, talking about all the different ways. You've got a lot of like your very normal shots that are like steady cam or crane operated. Then you've got like the dolly cam or like the handheld shaky cam. You've got your oneers, you've got your like your Dutch angles and stuff. Like, this movie nails like all these different camera work, different shots from different points of view, and it all comes together so well. And again, keeping you very well engaged into what's happening and why it's happening. There are kills. There's a lot of gory kills in this. If you like gore, you're gonna like this movie. Now, it's not like Terrifier level. I would say it's a step up from what we saw in Barbarian, but it is very bloody. Those of y'all who've seen trailers or images, y'all seen like Benedict Wong's face, and he's just all kinds of freaking out. So I mean, you've got a direction of how messy this movie could get, and it does. It's a lot of fun. There is one gory thing in this movie I don't want to spoil at all, because it wasn't in the trailers. I didn't see it in any trailers, any commercials. I didn't see it mentioned anywhere, and my entire theater cringed. You want to hear an entire theater just wince, and you know everyone's doing everyone's doing that kind of thing. Me, when I see something absurd like that, I'm the type of person, I'm just laughing at like how absurd it can get. And I love that in this movie as well. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. You'll know what it is because everyone's going to freak out. Acting wise, this is probably my favorite Julia Garner performance. I loved her in the Fantastic Four First Steps. I think she did a phenomenal Shia LaBeouf Silver Surfer. But like her drama and her emotions that are in this are just so good. And I don't know if I'm quite ready to throw around like Oscar talk like this. Kind of like Toni Collette in Hereditary. That was a phenomenal performance, watching her being dragged to like the edge of her ropes for her character. We don't quite have something like that out of this, I feel, for Julia Garner, but I mean, you're pretty damn close. I feel like someone could easily talk me into like, yeah, you know what, I will vouch for her getting some kind of an acting nomination for this. But we know how the Academy just absolutely loves horror. Or who knows, we might be on a change of that now because of The Substance last year. So who knows, we might see that, but that would be great. Josh Brolin, phenomenal job. It's kind of really funny for me. Like, I'm a big Marvel fan, as you can see the Avengers poster and whatnot. Seeing people like just want to mess with Thanos is just so funny to me. Yes, I understand, completely different character, but it's the movie lover in me understanding these characters and what they are capable of portraying, and then seeing them in completely different roles. It's a whole lot of fun just to see that. Same with Benedict Wong. Speaking of Marvel, again, if you saw the trailer, you've seen the images, you know something freaky's happening to him at some point. And it's a lot of fun. It all is, oh man, I can't describe it just because it's a thrill ride. It is absolutely a thrill ride watching what a lot of these people go through in the course of this movie. Alden Ehrenreich, someone who got really a bad rap after Solo, and he does a really good job in this movie. I feel like his character in this is more of like an actual more serious step up from his character in Cocaine Bear, but I think he does a phenomenal job in this as well. If anything, I only have one negative about this movie. As I said in the out of the theater reaction, it's really hard for me to describe what this negative is without talking about spoilers. There is something in this movie, or should I say, there's something not in this movie that I feel like should have been in this movie to help overall. That's really all I can say about it. If they just did one extra thing, I feel like I would have had like a lot more of a better overall opinion of this movie. Yes, this movie is fantastic. This was one of like my top 2 horror movies of the year. I was really looking forward to. It was this and Together, and I feel like it lived up to my expectations of what I was wanting from the follow-up to Barbarian from Zach Cregger. So I very much enjoy it. You're gonna have a good time. if you like Barbarian, you're going to love this movie. You like Gore, you're going to love this movie. You like a good, solid mystery thriller where you don't know what's going on and you're just strapped in for the ride, you're going to love this movie. Highly recommend go check it out. As much of the buzz I've seen online, on Twitter, and all over the place, chances are you're already going to go see it regardless of what I say anyways, but I will reconfirm you need to go see this movie. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. Did you like this review? Have you seen it yet? Do you agree? What are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions? That's not where that comment section is all there for. So while you're down there, make sure you also hit the like button and subscribe. Got more fun things coming here at Cinefanatics, including next month we've got Fantastic Fest. I will be going to Fantastic Fest as press this year, so make sure you subscribe, follow for whatever I'm allowed to do. I don't know if like celebrity interviews, questions, and whatnot. Y'all already know I love getting pictures with all the celebrities, the actors, producers, directors, whoever I can at Fantastic Fest. So make sure you follow, because that's going to be some good content right there, I tell you what. You can follow us at the Cinefanatics on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow me personally at RCA Reacts on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd, also youtube.com/@RCA Reacts. Thank you for watching this video. Come back. We'll see you again on the next one. Bye-bye.